Yep. Part of a longer conversation. He seems to be offering to meet her and teach her some Irish magic despite some warning or refusal from Fia on the matter. Make no mistake, my respect for my aunt is unwavering, but she's rigid in her ways and she won't be persuaded on this. He prioritizes safety over progress, protection above any sort of advancement. You want recognition, of course you do, and I swear you shall have it. My aunt might not understand that, Evelyn, but I promise you I do. I might not be who you asked for, but I know the tradition in and out and think we could help each other. Consider it, won't you? I can form my hypothesis now. Rory Callahan's goal is to reclaim his... No. Proving his modern techniques are valid. Is to reclaim... Escape his aunt's shadows by proving his modern techniques are valid. That's it.
Dr. Callahan wants to prove that the modern magical techniques are as valid as Fia's old ones. I should...
Now we're getting back on track. Wrong door. Can't believe I missed a letter there. Oh, that's annoying. But, to be fair, that was pretty early on in the game. Wasn't as focused in yet.
Mr. Ward.
Your goal is to escape your aunt's shadow by proving your modern techniques are valid.
I would say really shouldn't need proving. It probably seems ridiculous to you, Mr. Ward, being so focused on getting her to recognize me.
No. My older brother, he always overshadowed me. I began to take risks at work. It was an effort to be seen, and in the end, it cost me dearly. It cost him dearly. I understand very well, Doctor.
Then maybe you can help. Has to be a way to prove to Fia that I'm not a child anymore. I've learned her ways, and I'm not as good at them as she is, yes, but I've gained new knowledge she doesn't have. I've forged my own path, and I am her peer. If not now, then when? Take my research. Maybe she'll listen to you. Maybe there's another way to convince her. I no longer see a way forward, but I haven't entirely given up hope.
Dr. Callahan's components. Ah. Doesn't tell me. I guess I should ask him what's in there.
Mr. Ward.
This is your bag of spells, then? Not sure I would refer to it as such, but it's not entirely untrue either. Please do what I cannot and help me convince my aunt that I am ready to, I suppose you could say, graduate.
I have to be on.
Be well.
Oh, that didn't tell me much. I guess I'll just go to the well and see what's there. Oh, That's a lot of crows, huh? Didn't really notice that before, but there are a lot. I'm sure that's a good omen. They're definitely not linked to the goddess of death. Alright, move aside, lady. I should bring the Callahans here. They need to be a part of this. Oh, okay. Get them both.
So, why did you bring us both here, Mr. Ward? I have work to attend to.
Your ritual isn't working because you are divided. Times are changing, Miss Callahan. The land is changing. And to protect them, you might need to be open to change too.
Rubbish! Go on then. Let's get this over with.
Well, considering the thing that your spell calls for, like, you literally didn't have. Oh, I did see iodine before. It probably wasn't supposed to show up. Nope. Dash of venom. Oh, probably the venomous Vibrafang.
We did it.
I'll be honest, neither of you are very good at your jobs. You literally had the recipe for the spell, and you just didn't get the components you needed.
We did it.
You're right. We did. I'm sorry, Rory. I've been too hard on your ways. Too hard on you. I wanted the old way to be the only way. Maybe because I am the old way. Maybe I'm not ready to hand over the role yet. But now I know that when I do, you're ready for it.
Thank you, Fia. That means a lot. Now, what was that green glow?
I'm not sure, but I feel the better for it. Reinvigorated. Whatever that lot have planned for this seance, I feel ready for them. I feel like we're ready for them. You'll join me, won't you?
I'd be honored to, Aunt.
Mystery solved. Miss Callahan will be protected at the seance. She has healed the land with the help of her nephew. Dr. Callahan will be protected at the seance. His aunt accepted his help, his ways, to protect the land. Ugh, so close, yet so far. I wonder if I've gathered enough. Nope. Gonna jump from 459 to 517. Yep. Oh, nope. Way fast. Way further than that. Okay. Well, that sucks. Pretty sure I just missed that because it said it closes the door like 10 minutes in. Guess I should have done that first. Oh well. I have no current objective, huh? So I just have Blake. Oh, Finn, technically. Varley. Coventry. Oh, right. I need to investigate the Blake Manor for him. So Varley's the only one, really, that I have left that I can do. Before the dinner. I'm gonna try going to the talk, even though I know it's gonna not let me. It's gonna be like, oh, there's our thing in progress. Come back later. But I gotta try, right? Yeah. Varley better not be in his room. That'd be real annoying. Like a piece of glitter on my hand. Where the heck did that even come from? I don't care about that. That mystery solved. I'm not wasting a minute on it. Well, that's not entirely true. Last time he told me to leave.
This area is off limits, Mr. Ward.
Oh my gosh. When the heck am I able to do this? Well, I guess I just do this. Then just try again. Maybe you have to do this before you find out about the hive mind or whatever. Nope. Little of interest in there. Dust and old pencils. Nothing catches my eye. A novel, the third in its series apparently. Looks like dry reading to me. This is judgy. What the heck is that? The demon clock. There it is. Okay. A collection of notes on guest movements and interactions, monthly on Miss Dean. Where did she go is written alongside them. It seems like Mr. Varley doesn't believe she left in the middle of the night after all. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Make sure it didn't lie to me. Now hopefully he's not in his office. Which, based on what's happened so far, he probably is. Oh, right. The talk is no longer in session, so. No one's in here. Can't hear anything. Oh. Excellent, excellent. He might be in the bar. He might have to serve drinks during this time to give what's his name a break. 37, 22, 34. $37. 22. 34. A lot of papers, mostly letters, invoices, accounts, and calculations, it seems. It doesn't look good. The matter seems to be on the brink of closure. It seems like the Marquess is betting everything on the seance. He has even pulled all his wife's charitable efforts to focus the money here, a strange way to honor her legacy. A copy of Miss Mantovani's contract for the seance. For her week's work, she has been paid £3,000 with a further £2,000 to be paid should the seance be a success. A staggering sum even if nothing comes of the event. No wonder she has come here. What? That's it? That? Alright. Yes, I know. I just have to hunt down Mr. Varley and talk to him until I get something. Because he doesn't seem connected to anybody else, really. I guess except for the Blakes. It's possible I have to go to the Blake residence before I can finish his quest. Be down to the wire, but... possible. Of course not. Where are the places I've seen him? In the gardens. Oh, I can just get a hypothesis. Vincent Varley's goal is to conceal Miss Dean's, to protect the manor from closure?
Mr. Varley is covering up Miss Dean's disappearance.
Alright, where's this guy at? I don't happen to know, do I? Nope. Not in the garden. Guess I didn't really look around in the atrium. Creepy. In the ballroom? Don't know why he would be, but... Yep, okay.
May I be of service?
Your goal is to conceal Miss Dean's disappearance to protect the manor from closure.
I regret to say it, but you do not get me wrong. I am concerned for Miss Dean, but I have done what I can and still cannot find her.
Sir, you have not done what you could. You hid her disappearance. If you'd alerted the police, then a proper search of this place could have been undertaken. Something may well have happened, or happened to her yet, because of your meddling.
You're right. This place, this hotel, it's not just a business. For the staff, it is our home. This seance, the Marquess's obsession, and the money spent. We need this event to go well, or we are homeless. And if Miss Dean's situation had gotten out, we would most assuredly be in trouble. But there might be another way, one that frees us from the fate of this seance. You see, there are rumors of treasure somewhere on the estate. A cache of gold from the mid to late 60s. Grania, the wife of the original Marquess Edward Blake, she did not choose to be with him. She had hoarded a sum of money, intending to use it to escape her husband. She stabbed him in his sleep, but he awoke and managed to live long enough to kill. They died together, and the treasure has not since been found. If that's true, and that stash of gold is somewhere on the grounds, then finding it might just be enough to save the hotel. I've had no luck, obviously.
It's certainly possible. If that will stop you from hindering this investigation, then I will see if I can help.
Take this. It was found in what remained of the lady's personal belongings, but I've never discovered what it unlocks. It's not much, but it's a start.
This is probably the key that the game thought I already had. Yep. I can go this way. Mr. Varley's key bears a symbol that matches the one on this door. I wonder. Oh. Wow. A chest packed tightly with jewelry and other valuables. No doubt Mr. Varley will want to see this. Yeah, probably only weighs a couple pounds.
May I be of service?
Mr. Varley, it appears you are right about that lost cash.
Let's discuss this further in my office.
I'm sure nobody will notice me lugging this giant chest around. I guess maybe I just took one coin.
I can't believe it. I'd hoped it really existed, of course. I owe you a great debt, Mr. Ward.
I wouldn't want to put another one on you. I think you've had your fair share. I believe you've been given the blessings of the woman who hid the money too. I think now you just need to put it to good use.
I most certainly will. Thank you, sincerely.
And, Mr. Varley,
Sir?
never risk another guest's life. Not for any reason. Because I will find out. And I will have this place shut down.
Understood.
Nice.
Now, if you would excuse me, I have plans to make. Perhaps I best work while the seance happens, to take advantage of the Marquess being distracted. Everything should be in order already anyway.
Mr. Varley will no longer be attending the seance. He's received the treasure hidden in the Manor's catacombs and may now use it to save the hotel from closure. I think I can just skip straight to the dinner. Yeah. Need to go to the private residence for that. I'm guessing that's somehow going to be useful for the seance. He's pagan, so it's not him. Her hidden notes. Yeah. I feel like I've searched pretty much everywhere. I don't know where else I would be able to go to find her hidden notes. I really do think it's just skipping time. I feel like I've done a good job too. I've rescued almost everybody. Bar closes. Don't care. Time for the silent dinner.
Mr. Ward.
Yes.
A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different. No talking, please. Unless you'd like to upset our guests, and they're unnerved. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall. Though, of course, your food. Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a that should be all. If you'll allow me to show you to your...
Pretty sure I was supposed to come here, right? To get the key. I wasn't supposed to go to the servant room.
Lord save me. I cannot get used to this. Laura. She returned for this, despite being freed. Mrs. Lau's husband. Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away? Alexander Quinn? I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose... Oh, there is a key here. The note reads, Blake residence now. Well, perhaps it's time for me to investigate. Since the Mark questioned, most of the guests appear to be here.
Why did he seem surprised that the key was there? She literally told me she was doing that. Very explicit. I want to go from the basement and work my way up. "45 minutes to finish this." Down to the wire. This is strange. Guess it didn't matter at all. East corridors. Is that the right way? No. I left. Should have realized when I followed that weird tunnel that I was headed the mirror of the tunnel I went through. This was the wrong way, but entrance hall. Yep. What is going on in here? It's all boarded up. Mrs. Joyce was right. Things are not right here. These papers, the scrawlings on them are largely indecipherable, and many pages are ruined from liquid being spilt on them. Gather mystic, Séance will channel their life energy. Psychic jolt, when the veil is at its thinnest. Open the portal. Wake the god from its sleep. Each letter S has been drawn on over in red ink. What state of mind was he in? What state of mind is he in? What the frick is happening at the top of my screen? It's locked and hasn't been opened in a while. I suspect that there's nothing I need from here. A defaced family portrait. This must be allow Walter Blake to move between floors. Drafts of invites for a handful of participants. Only Ofen, Dean, and Mantovani's names are here. So he did invite Dean. The dilution of generations, a smear would not be enough to open the gate. Not a drop could be wasted to ensure success. No. The blood must be fresh. They cannot perish before exsanguination. Records of experiments. I'm not knowledgeable enough to wholly make sense of them, but they seem unorthodox. Personal records of the Blakes, including various journals and other accounts over the years. A range of scientific equipment, but I cannot make out the specifics of the experiment, if indeed these all relate to the one project. Books on magic and fringe sciences, a very different selection to the library in the hotel. Research for various contraptions like the voltaic battery in the telegraph room. Work on distilling power from blood? The gate is sealed by 3 locks, each requiring the blood of the Milesian who locked it. It looks to be a sort of lineage map. It starts with 3 names from long ago: Aberfin, Amergin, Aramon. But it works its way down, then to modern times. At the bottom, many names are struck out, but 2 are circled: Evelindine, Domnall, O'Fin. The 3rd lineage has been erased after the name Gran Amergin. Who is the 3rd bloodline? Schematics for some kind of machine that harnesses lightning to some end. This book seems to be part science, part occult, an attempt to marry the 2. I can't begin to imagine what this represents. Whatever meaning this has, it's lost on me. I don't understand the text as a whole, but some parts of this grid have been circled. 74, 53, 26. Must be a combination. Use. Oh, 74. $53, $26. I'm just gonna write this down so it's easier. $74, $53, $26. So W I wife. Okay. Where is it? I must have missed it somewhere. Oh, right there. Are the floorboards shaking? Hidden door. This is a shrine to Mary Blake. I don't think I should touch anything in here, but I will. Oh. Guess not. Is that Mary? I think it is. Seems to be to map the Blake lineage back as far as Edward Blake, the man who built this place and planted his family here. Looks like one branch of the family has been erased. I cannot make out any names, but from this they would be cousins of the Marquess. An account stating that once he had taken the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself on the chieftain's daughter. Her name was Gran Amarajin, and she bore him a son. Thus was the Blake line carried on, intertwined with the people of this place. There is no record of what happened to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. Okay. So S and P. Last letter better not be a C. Books on Irish mythology, magic, and the old ways. Sections on Tirnanog have been circled. That's the land of eternal youth, the Irish afterlife. Scroll across this. We will send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been circled in red ink. Spy. Has Blake been sleeping in here? The list of all Blake family birth records with all names marked off but two, Jonathan Blake and Walter Blake. Across the page is scrawled, it must be. Just light. I'm missing something. Or am I missing something? Nothing. I need to turn the dial left. Only goes up to 40. Let's see, is that right? Let's see. Nope. Thought I might be spy. Simple projector casting light on the wall, but without any slides, there's no pictures to be seen. What am I missing? Mary's gone. Perhaps there was something in her bedroom. Nope. Full of human organs. Financial records. Hold on. Oh, I did it right. Not an idiot at counting, just an idiot at whatever this is. $18.84. That doesn't help me. Why spy though? I mean, I was right. It's clearly connected. Oh my gosh, is it this again? Probably. $16, $15. Nope, can't be because oh no, 39. Yeah, that goes up to 40. Uh, 16, 15, 39. Pile of projector slides. And this, a stone with a hole carved into the center. Why would this be in a safe? The note says, these hagstones will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. Stars? Is there a pattern hidden among the stars? I'll adjust the dials and see if a solution will make itself clear. Ooh. I see. I've seen this before in my dreams. I wonder. This is the same shape I've seen in my dreams. I wish I hadn't expected that. What are you harding, Marquess? Seems like this is gonna be old Walter's room. Seems to be an empty closet. Pairs of different sized children's shoes awaiting breaking in. Somebody is coming.
My boy, it is time. I know this is hard for you. But think of your mother. Your sacrifice will bring her back to us and bring you back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored. You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. They're ready for you at the...
Yes.
What on earth?
Oh, young master. His mother would be so proud.
What?
She will be. We had best get moving. Time, as they say.
What the heck is going on? Well, now I feel like an idiot for skipping like 2 hours. Apparently I could have found Walter somewhere.
The chair was empty, but both the Marquez and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't. Were they under another spell? Oh, he must be. I've seen his poor...
Stories about a little boy's adventure on the hunt for long-lost treasure. There's no indication that it's ever been opened. Strewn about as if they've been used, but absolutely pristine. These meals are untouched and cold, but they are fresh, prepared earlier today. A soft teddy bear that looks as though it's never had the joy of being held. A rocking horse, its polish isn't even scratched. Spotless alphabet blocks arranged to spell out the word God in a wheelbarrow that looks good as new. A little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. The pictures are stuck together like it's brand new. A little dog on wheels, no phrase on its leash, no paint off its wheels. A painting of Mary Blake. What the heck? The portrait, I wonder.
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher, newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him.
It's a perfect forgery and easy to miss, but Walter Blake has only recently been painted into the family portrait.
He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquez and the staff seem to believe is real.
Mary Blake, her expression is unhappy. Jonathan Blake, he looks younger here and more content. There's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger? Sorrow? I cannot tell. The hell? Jonathan Blake intends to sacrifice his son, which doesn't exist, to resurrect his family, but Walter Blake isn't real. No, that can't be it. Jonathan Blake intends to resurrect... No. Oh. Resurrect his wife. I don't know. Sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquez. But the paintings of him, they are very real. He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it. How can that be? Perhaps. But even if this were
The culprit is a skilled painter.
this level of replication, not just here but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist. I have picked up another fact. I wonder if there's anyone, and if not,
Walter Blake cannot be saved. Walter Blake is not a real boy, but some form of mass hallucination that the Marquess and the staff are experiencing. This ritual, it doesn't seem like anyone is going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Dean. I need to get out there and stop it. An expert artist? I'm gonna go ahead and mark him off. Expert artist. Seeing people with drawings in their room. Is it Coventry? Oh, I feel like I've missed so much. I lost track of time. The séance will be starting soon. I need to get out to the hedge mage and put a stop to this before it's too late. Walter's wheelchair. They wheeled it out this far and then abandoned it. What does Blake think is happening here?
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
Looks like they've begun. There's an empty space here. It's for me, waiting for me. I shouldn't keep them waiting any longer. No, should I have explored the maze? I don't know if I even could.
Be witnessed by us. Be heard by us. Age posco. Nego te recusare.
Good lord.
Uh-oh. I'm alive. I'm okay. But Carmela, she's... and the others, I don't know. She's dead. Apprehend the suspect? I mean, it's definitely Coventry. What? The energy goes this way, but how?
Speak your name to enter. Welcome, Simon.
J'accuse. Investigate the mausoleum. Tag says Miss Dean, so this is where it was brought.
A collection of papers, a birth certificate, and a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here. His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake. Henry's mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world. All he had were his father's notes, the notes that resulted in his death, among them the sigil. He spent much of his life studying the occult to make sense of the sigil. And eventually, much older, he returned to the manor, armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets. He had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this, he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds. He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Guivenu, locked in a deep sleep.
Yep, Guive now. Yep.
The god's dreams already colored by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images. And Guivnu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother. Because to unlock the gate he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline. The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son. The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward, to have his youth return. He will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
It looks like a photograph of Walter Blake, but the writing on the back says Henry Blake, 1836. Various paintings of Walter Blake that Coventry must have discarded for whatever mistakes he feared people would see through. The reference photograph has Henry Blake 1840 written on the back. A bed with research materials on it. Was Coventry sleeping down here before the event? Here lies Norman Blake, died in Church Cave-In 1805 to 1836. Where it says buried as he lived alone, it's scratched over phonetically. So that's why Norman Blake was gone. Dang it. Nope. I am so confused. There we go. Uh-oh. There's more of them. They're closing in on the church. The Reverend, he's been murdered. Oh, and the fair inside the church. There's nowhere left to go. Forward. To be fair, I did try to find the Reverend several times to talk with him, and he was just always gone. What the heck? Coventry, Henry Blake, he's praying to the entity, to the smithing god Goivnu.
It's Mr. Wolf. He seems to still be alive. I can't see a way.
No tears now. Mummy will be home soon. This will only hurt a moment. Then we'll all be together. What are you doing here? I won't let you stop.
I need to get through to him. Oh. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home.
Fooled. But I would have all I could ever. Who was restraining me? Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No, I thought. No, I didn't. They were not my thoughts. Not at all. They were put there. There is no Walter. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy. Taken from me. And Mary. My Mary. She is truly gone. Never coming back. Who would make a man think such things? Have such hope? You're right. I have been fooled. By a relation I did not even know existed. fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
Uh-oh.
Get off me, you fool! How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son, only to take them from me.
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Doon, and I will be. Islam, Jonathan!
You will be nothing!
The Marquess could not be saved. Marquess Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost, but he had been tricked into nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted Sir Henry Blake posing as Simon Coventry. These look much older than the maps. Perhaps their original lock the Milesians used to seal the gate?
The Tuatha Dé Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Taltiu. After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them. However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Dé Danann went below ground through this here portal. Weavna stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the three Milesian leaders, using their blood. Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia. Until war came to the land once again. Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Guivna had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still. He just wants to go home to his people.
Can I use these dials? They seem to be a different kind of control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform a sigil here. But what sigil? that right? Something is happening. Uh-oh. Was I supposed to open up those doors first? Oh no, I got him. I've stopped the ritual. Saved Mr. O'Finn.
So... this is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I owe you a drink.
Save Miss Dean.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe. Miss Montevani's family were devastated with the news of her death, but at least her last wish had been carried out, and they were set for many comfortable years.
Would I have saved her?
Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what. With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet. Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House. Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family. Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world. Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans. With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the New World.
That's nice.
Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the Séance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations. He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel.
Of course.
Miss Callahan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callahan. Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event. Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again. Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Dean and used that power to create a better life for herself. With Miss Callahan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter. Father Sinnott retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of Ireland with his hound, Séance. Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped. Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls. He kept the name Blake Manor.
Saved 21 of 21 people, 34 out of 37 mysteries solved. I guess I never solved who asked her to come, even though it was pretty clearly Mr. Blake. Or Marquess Blake. Maybe it was possible to figure out that Coventry was the culprit earlier. Although it does make sense why he left all of his fortune to him. That was a weird thing to do, given everything. It's a very good game. And did a good job with the red herring because it made it seem like whoever didn't make it. You find out that it's somebody who's not mourning, but Coventry lies and says he is mourning somebody. So you must be able to find out something about that. Find out that that's a lie earlier, perhaps? Yeah, all these voice actors did a fantastic job. Honestly, it's a shame that I had to read so much of it. Delivery man. Apparently you could have met him. I didn't. A lot of pets. Spooky babies.